Hello, primary, and good afternoon. Welcome to our Friday family assembly. When I last spoke with you, we were looking forward to our Tihar and Deepavali holiday. So I hope you've all had a good break. And for those of you that celebrated, I hope you had a really nice Tihar and Deepavali too. Well, I'm now going to hand over to one of our Year 6 students who's going to introduce himself to you, and he's also going to start this week's assembly as well.
Thank you, Mr. Lee, and good afternoon, everyone. I am Savya, one of the Makulu House captains for this year. I'm delighted to serve the Makulu team, but I also want to become a good ambassador for the whole of TBS. I would now like to call upon some students to start today's assembly with a word of greeting.
Bonjour, Gian Palayunik et Zeus. Je suis this is Al. Buongiorno.
Hola, me llamo Xian. Cumplí 11 años en 18 de noviembre. Hasta luego.
Thank you, Unique and Xian. Great to hear other languages spoken. I am Maya, and I'm also one of the Makalu primary house captains for this year. Like Savia, I'm delighted to serve the Makalu team, and I also want to be a good ambassador for the whole of TBS Primary. I would now like to hand over to Miss Lam and Year 6L to lead the next part of our assembly.
Welcome to our special Champions for Change BBC World News broadcast.
Civil rights. What are civil rights, I hear you say? Civil rights mean that regardless of gender, skin color, religion, nationality, age, disability, or religion, a person should not be discriminated against.
Last weekend, a momentous interview was held by the prominent gender champion and famous Harry Potter actress Emma Watson. Here, she met with and discussed the work that has happened in the past that continues today. To end gender inequality and to secure equal rights for all, she joined by fellow activists Emil Clooney and the late great Kiwi suffragette Kate Sheppard.
I'm Clooney, and I'm here to apply for a job as a nurse.
I'm afraid you can't because you're a woman.
So women can do the same as men. It's not that men can do it.
I know, but laws are the laws, and the law says that women are not allowed to apply for a doctor.
Well, women can do everything as men.
I'm sorry, but I can't change the law. You better talk to somebody else, not me.
Still, please. I'm still going to apply for it.
Please, just Hi there, I'm here to apply for a doctor's job.
Of course you can. Just come at 5 o'clock for the interview.
Okay, thank you. Bye. I'm Watson, and I will be your interviewer for today. Who might you be?
I'm Alan Clooney.
And I am Kate Sheppard. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So, who are you going to interview first?
Let's start with you. What do you feel that you've achieved throughout these years that you've been working for women to have more rights?
What I have been working on for women's rights and everything, I'm really proud of everything I did, and I definitely made the right choice to stand up for women's rights, and I'm really proud of myself for everything I did. And going forward, this issue has not been solved, but if we do it all together, it will be solved. So I'm really proud of myself and all the things I did.
Do you feel that you've made a change or a difference if you compare yourself to a few years back? Do you feel as if the world has changed?
I think the world has changed because in olden times, where Kate Sheppard and me used to be, there, if we used to apply for a job or anything, they didn't used to let us just because we were women. And nowadays, more people are now standing up for women's rights, so that has really made a change.
Thank you. Now it's Kate's turn. So what do you feel you've achieved throughout the years that you've been working with women?
I think I've achieved a lot, but not just myself. I've achieved with every woman who has been by my side. And I'm so proud. I'm so proud that we finally get to vote. Like, this isn't fair. Women aren't weak. Like, they can make a difference.
And do you see, if you compare yourself to a few years back, do you feel as if you made a difference, or do you feel as if the world is the same?
I feel we've all made a difference. Not just me. We've all made a difference. The difference is we can finally vote. We can do many more things than we could before, like compared to today.
Okay, so I think that's it.
But times have really changed, right? I know it has. Now it's so much more easier to apply for a job and do anything. So this problem is solving.
Yeah, so I think that's it for today's interview.
Thank you. Bye.
My name is Kate Shepard. I am here to tell you about the importance about equal rights for women and men. I believe that women should actively participate in all aspects of sociality, including politics. Together with many other wonderful women in New Zealand, I have worked to share the message that women, just like men, should have the right to vote. I am proud to say that our work helped New Zealand become the first country in the world to allow women to vote just like men can. However, I don't want to stop now. I must travel to England and America to help women there to secure the same rights we have now. The work of my friends, and I changed the lives of women all over the world, giving them hope that they too could have their voices recognized. Thank you.
Hello everyone. My name is Amal Clooney, and I am here today standing up for women's rights. I believe that all women should have the right to vote and access the same jobs as men. Women should not be confined to working in the home. Women all over the world face many restrictions to work, to own a property, to drive, to go to school or travel. The challenges that women face today are completely different based on where they are born. Only if we work together, we will be able to ensure equal rights for all men and women. If we keep up the fight for women's rights, there is nothing we can't do. We must all be brave and stand up for what we believe in. A world when men and women, boys and girls are all treated equally and fairly. Thank you.
Everyone, I'm Emma Watson and I need your help. I want to end gender inequality. I believe that men and women should have the same equal rights and opportunities. For that to happen, we need every man, woman, boy and girl to be involved. I believe that women should be paid the same as men. I also believe that boys and girls should have access to high quality education. I believe that my parents should not love me less because I am a girl. And I believe that my life should not be in danger because I was born female. Women have not been getting the same equal rights. It is unfair. We are all human. We must make a change now. Because if not us, then who? And if not now, then when? I believe that all women should be able to follow their dreams. Thank you.
We're proud of standing up for women's rights.
Hi, I'm Michelle Obama, and I'm going to be telling you why gender equality is important for me. Through history, women were not treated as equally as men. They thought they were not as powerful and smart as men. Some myths and legends said they were the source of evil. For all these reasons, women were not given the same rights as men. Women have been treated for their bodies and the colors of their skin, and much more. It's an uncomfortable feeling when a boy stares at you and makes fun of your color and your skin and your body. But mostly, It's frightening. And the truth is, it hurts. It hurts a lot to us to be a woman. It doesn't matter to be women. Women can do everything that men can do. Both boys and girls are equal. Thank you.
Footage just in from a climate change protest in Kathmandu, where a group of protesters have been campaigning to end global warming and stop the effects of climate change.
I want you to act as if the house is on fire, because it is. Greta is right, and that is why we are speaking. The sun is the fire, and the earth is the house. Our mountains are naked, our rivers are dying, and our land as a whole is drying. We are here to prevent that from getting so bad that there is no way to push it back. Today we are fighting for our lives. Today we are fighting for our future. Today we are fighting for our country. Today we are fighting for our earth. So everyone watching us, join us, please. We plead you. Join us for our planet. We are fighting for our mountains and our animals. Please, we helped you before. And now it's your turn to help us this time. Our water is running out. Our lands are drying. Don't do it for us. Do it for you and your country and your planet. Please, do it.
We need to save the Mother Earth, not the plastic. There's a lot of pollution in the world. We want to change climate change and protect our land and our world. All we need to do is not waste water, food, and let's recycle to save our world.
Climate change, it's affecting the world. How it's affecting the world? Well, I'll give you an example. I'll tell you how it affects like the animals first. So imagine a snowy fox, like a fox that lives in the snow and is used to it. But if it gets like, let's say the snow melts down and like the fox is in like lives in the woods, like in the woods it's not that snowy and it's unnatural for like the snowy fox. Like the snowy fox wouldn't like be aware of the surroundings because it doesn't know much of the surroundings, and like it's pretty new to it and it can't really adapt because like the snowy fox is like supposed to adapt to like the ice, like it's supposed to. That's why it has snowy in it. But living in the woods would just be really impossible and we can't control the fox. So obviously the fox would probably give up because there would also be different kinds of foods and like there could probably be animals that could kill the snowy fox. And it could probably die from like heat because it has a lot of like fur. And for humans, well, actually, if since climate change is like the temperature rising like a bit and things, well, it can affect plants because like you need plants to survive, like to eat and like to feed animals, and animals give us foods and stuff. And like making the plants like not have like its natural like temperature would just make them like not like bloom a lot, and like it would just die off in the like heat. And like sea levels are rising, and which can like make the animals like go to places like that they're not supposed to be, and storms are rising and droughts and a lot of more things that climate change is affecting.
We're all here protesting because these people here are not convinced that they should save others' lives, save everything on this planet's lives. I've got no poster here because I rushed here to try and convince these people to save our world. And you've probably heard, there is no planet B. Yes, there is no planet B. There's no second planet we can live on. This is literally the only planet we've got here, so we gotta take care of it. We gotta live. So that's why we're here protesting, and hopefully we can convince these people to actually get up and do something.
Turn off the light. Turn off the light. Turn off. Don't put that dick. Don't put that dick. Don't put that dick. Don't. You that girl. You that girl.
Black Lives Matter, as in indeed all lives matter. This is the message that we have been hearing and shouting worldwide. Now, let us hear from some of the great champions of racial equality.
A pleasant afternoon to you all. Imagine living every day in a world knowing that everywhere you go, everything you do is being observed and judged. God has always given me the strength to say what is right. I do not mind being arrested, but I cannot bear segregation and racial inequality anymore. People say that I didn't give up my seat because I was tired. But that isn't true. No, the only tired I was tired of giving in. I am known well for not giving up my seat, but I don't think what I had done was unique. I believe that every African American would do the same. I want to see change in the way people think about us African Americans. I have learned over the years that when one's mind is made up, this diminishes fear. Knowing what must be done does away with fear. I was a person with dignity and self-respect, and I should not set my sights lower than anybody else just because I'm black. Each person should live their life as a model for others. We bleed the same blood, but why is our color of skin impacting you? Is this what you want to see in the world? Violence and racism? It is not our fault that we are black. We have to change. Change in our thoughts, change in the society, change in our behaviors. We are not born to be judged or murdered just because we are black. I would like to be remembered as a person who wanted to be free, so other people would be also free. I hope one day that all races, black, white, Latino, Asian, South Asian, will all be united. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Nelson Mandela. I'm best known for putting an end to racism. I don't believe it's fair that different races get treated differently to other races. I want to see a change on this. I want everyone to be treated equally. I don't want to see races being treated differently in our society. Differently. I've been a champion, a hero for trying to put an end to racism because it's not fair, and trying to put a stop to racism is a good way to go. I think we can stop racism by treating each other fairly and not disrespecting each other. Thank you.
Imagine living in a world with no racial equality. Imagine working as a slave 24 hours a week. Hi, I am Martin Luther King, and I was a social activist and Baptist minister who played a key role in the American Civil Rights Movement from the mid-1950s. I sought equality and human rights for African Americans. the economically disadvantaged, and all victims of injustice through peaceful protest. I wanted to see no discrimination and racism in the world. We all are born the same, but the only thing that is different is our race. Thank you.
I, Barack Obama, would like to start acknowledging that we have seen in several weeks and months the kind of epic changes and events in our world that are profound as anything I have seen in my lifetime. I think what people who made Black Lives Matter were trying to say is all lives matter, but some portion of that need to matter too. As a society, we have to take this seriously. I would like to clarify the definition of Black Lives Matter. In short, specifically, African Americans face and they experience more vulnerability than others. We need to make sure that we know the difference along with knowing what is right and wrong.
Hello, my name is Martin Luther King. I'm supporting Black Lives Matter because they're getting judged unfairly by their race. This has been going on for hundreds of thousands of years. Before, it used to be worse because they used to use them as slaves. Now, not as much, but it's still really bad now because they're getting judged by their race because most of the time, if you're going to go, imagine if you're a black man, you're going for a job, and a white man also goes for the same job as you. You have the same skill level, maybe you're even better, but still they'll choose the white man because he's white. So, I think you guys should support Black Lives Matter too, because if we don't do something, this will go on. Thank you.
Thank you, and good evening from our special Champions for Change BBC World News broadcast.
Thank you so much, Year 6, Miss Lamb's class, Year 6L, for a really thought-provoking assembly for us all to think about some of the really important issues of our times and also the leaders of our recent times. I really liked your discussion about gender and racial equality, and we even had some role play in your social distance bubbles about women's rights. That was really interesting as well. And also some great presentations on climate change and what we need to do to protect our environment. That was fascinating. With reference to the Black Lives movement, Black Lives Matters movement, but also some significant leaders from recent times, including Nelson Mandela and Rosa Parks. So that was really well done, Year 6, and particularly well done for researching those speeches and delivering those speeches to represent those important leaders from our time. Well, I'm now going to hand back to Savia, who's going to share with us the names of students who've got birthdays round about this time.
Thank you, Mr. Leahy. We would now like to celebrate friends who have birthdays this week. Laksh in year 4M, Joshua in year 3S, Saharsha in F2, Shian in year 6B, and Unique in year 6L.
And to help us say happy birthday, we are inviting Belos in year 6M, Naomi in year 3S, and William in year 6B to share their versions of happy birthday.
祝你生日快乐！祝你生日快乐！祝你生日快乐! That's Chinese for happy birthday to you. Okay, that's it.
I'm going to sing happy birthday in Russian. С днем рождения тебя, с днем рождения тебя, с днем рождения, друзья, с днем рождения тебя. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear friend. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Pilos, and Naomi, and William. Well done. And now I'm going to hand back to Mr. Leahy to end today's assembly.
Thank you, Savia. And a big thank you to you and Maya for assisting in today's assembly and supporting us, and well done on your first presentation in your role as Makalu House Captains. And a big thank you and a well done to Year 6L for that really interesting assembly today. Well, I wish you all a really good weekend, and we look forward to seeing you all again next week. Next Friday, for our Friday Family Assembly, we'll be having one of our Year 4 classes. So that's something to look forward to. Okay, bye for now and namaste.